So with the September update rapidly approaching, it's time for us to take a look at our first devblog for the next update. And the first devblog is about the new American heavy tank, the T1E1 90mm, which is coming to the American tech tree at rank 3. Now some of you probably already recognise the T1E1 name because of course it is already in game, but with a 76mm gun. Basically the new 90mm variant was an attempt to try and keep this tank relevant. It didn't really work, it was still cancelled. And so the main difference is basically it's just got a 90mm gun, but unfortunately it does lose the vertical gun stabiliser. So it's a little bit harder to use when firing on the move, but you do get a much more powerful gun as a replacement. So kind of a side grade potentially, depending on how it performs in game. The rest of the vehicle is basically the same as the T1E1, so you've got that very good transmission that allows you to go at a top speed of 23.1 miles per hour forward and backwards. You've got your 6-man crew, and you've got not particularly the best armour in the world. I've seen some speculation online that there was an up-armoured variant that could have been added, but then I've also seen a picture of this with the whole front replaced by armoured glass. So I'm not particularly too bothered that we're getting the same tank just with the better gun. And so how much better will the gun actually be? Well, the T1E1 does get a stock APC-BC shell with 133mm penetration at 500 metres. If we compare it to the M36's 90mm gun, well, it starts off with a stock AP shell, but that's got more penetration than the 76mm gun. And then, of course, once you get to the APC-BC shell, you're looking at about 40mm more penetration, and it also has 74 grams more explosive content. So much more powerful once it does actually penetrate. And we'll be getting all of the shells that are shown here except for the APCR shell. So you've got your smoke shell and you've got your high explosive shell as well, and it will also retain the 37mm gun. So it won't be too useful once you get to the higher battle ratings, but obviously you can use it to fool some enemies. If you fire with the 37mm gun, they might pop out thinking you're reloading, then you can hit them with the 90mm gun. And of course the 37mm gun still works against soft skin vehicles, so it does provide a little bit extra firepower in that regard. And like I mentioned, it's got the same top speed going forward and backwards, so it's good for peeking around corners. And it might throw a few enemies off thinking you're reversing quite slowly, and then actually you've managed to get round the corner and flank them. And so the tank itself is already pretty good. Adding the 90mm gun is obviously a huge improvement, but losing that vertical stabiliser might affect things a little bit negatively. But we'll have to just see how that performs when it's actually added to the game. As for where it will go on the tech tree, I suspect it's going to go after the 75mm jumbo, probably at battle rating 6.0 like with the M4T26. It could possibly go to 6.3 at a push, but I really doubt it. I think 6.0 would probably be the place they put it. It would help fill the gap between the two jumbo variants, which would be a welcome addition to the game. Anyway, that was the T1E1 90mm. Hopefully you've enjoyed this devblog, hopefully you'll join me for the future ones. I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.